iPhone 5C battery replacement guide. Warning: lithium-ion batteries are explosive. Please replace at your own risk. We highly recommend getting this repair done professionally. The tools we'll need for this procedure are tweezers, a proprietary Apple screwdriver called a Pentalobe screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, a 000 Phillips head screwdriver, a plastic prying tool or a spudger, and a guitar pick, a suction cup. All of these tools should come standard with your replacement kit. Let's begin by locating the two Pentalobe screws near the iPhone charging port. Removing the two screws will allow us to pry the phone open. Place the suction cup near the home button. The phone can only be opened from this side. A quick tip just in case: if your screen is cracked, put a piece of packing tape over the screen. This will allow you to get grip regardless of the screen's condition. Once the suction cup is in place and has suction, go ahead and lay the phone down and pry up on it at the same time as trying to sneak a pick into the bottom left corner. Once you crack the phone open, you can go ahead and use the pick to pry into the crack and then just twist it upwards. Okay, we're in. There are 4 Phillips head screws that are securing this shield. This shield protects 3 cables from coming apart. These 3 cables secure the screen to the phone itself. In case you get the screws mixed up, just remember that the longest screw goes in the top right corner. With the 4 Phillips head screws removed, go ahead and remove the I/O shield. This will give you access to the cables. With a prying tool, gently remove the connection on the right. Gently pry up on it, making sure not to jerk too hard because you can rip out the socket with the connection. Now the last connection, all the way from the back, grab it by the corner and gently push it out. The screen is now free and out of the way. Let's remove the battery connection shield. It's being held in with 2 Phillips head screws. With the 2 Phillips head screws loosened, we can go ahead and lift up the shield. Now we can use a plastic prying tool to disconnect the battery connection. The battery has pull tabs located underneath that are tucked in. You can go ahead and use tweezers to pry out the pull tabs. In almost all cases, the pull tabs have lost their elasticity and so they're no longer usable. Because of this, in this video we'll show you how to remove the battery manually. With a hair dryer or a heat gun, go ahead and heat up the back of the phone. Because the back of the case is plastic, make sure not to hold it on there for too long. Heat up the front and the back, alternating for about 1 minute. After it's warm, with a plastic tool or a plastic knife, go ahead and start prying the bottom left corner of the battery. Get the knife in there gradually and slowly. You don't have to go fast, but make sure not to bend the battery as much as you can. It will have to turn a little bit, but just remember that Li-ion batteries are extremely dangerous. When bent, there's a chance that it can ignite. Make sure to take your time and pry in slowly, as the more force you exert, you can bend the case. Once you get the battery about halfway pried, go ahead and start from the bottom right corner and slide in. This should loosen up the battery. You can go ahead and pull it apart now. With the battery out of the way, go ahead and remove any residual residue. Reassembly. In case you have to replace the battery again, use double-sided M3 tape instead of any of the sticky double-sided tape that comes with the replacement battery. This will make it easier in case this happens again. With the double-sided tape prime, go ahead and insert the new replacement battery. Once you get it correctly inserted into its socket, reconnect it to the logic board. Reattach the shield with 2 Phillips head screws. This completes the battery installation. Let's go ahead and reassemble the phone. The screen is now ready to get reconnected to the phone. Line up the screen for reattachment. Make sure to peel back all of the cables and hold them down with your left thumb, exposing the last cable. Go ahead and work that into its socket carefully, making sure that it clicks in. Now the second cable, and the final last cable. Make sure to carefully click these in. If you feel too much resistance, push the cable back and try to reseat it again. Make sure that everything's clicked in and tight. Let's place the shield back on. In the following orientation, go ahead, lay down the shield and secure it with the 4 Phillips head screws with the long screw in the top right. If you have them mixed up, just make sure that this screw goes in the top right and then the shorter ones go around the contour of the I/O shield. Resecure the remaining screws. Okay, we're now ready to clamp up the phone. Go ahead and lift the phone up and work the top edge of the screen into the phone case first, then clamp it down. Clamp it down gently, going around the contour of the phone, making sure that everything is tightly clicked in. Once everything feels tight and properly aligned, it's time to resecure the 2 pentalobe screws. Once the 2 pentalobe screws are secure, the installation is finished. It's time to power on and test the device. If this video helped you, please subscribe and check out more cool videos at appledollars.com.